Yes, another one that's sort of first up for a little while, hasn't raced since the 15th of June. So, you know, I guess once again we have to take this on trust that the horse is fit enough. Carrying a bit of weight there with 56.5. I prefer to just wait and see, I think.
Gai Waterhouse sends this promising Spinning Well horse around. Hasn't raced since July though, Almegdam.
Yeah, once again, a lot of horses here first up. I know the distance of 1,200 metres doesn't seem that far, but it can be the last 200 metres for horses that are first up. Gai gets them very fit first up, so if you like the look of Almegdam, don't discount it because it's first up, because Gai does like them that way.
Okay, and it's good value on the tote at the moment. At big odds, Max Lee's 4 Sulu.
Yeah, 4 Sulu, it raced handy, but it didn't go on over the final furlong first up at Rose Hill. Look, it'll strip fitter for that run. It did run 7th of 9th there, and it was in quite a good class race behind Force Apollo, but once again, I need to see it lift a little bit.
Son of Pegasus is also down from Newcastle. Paul Perry trains.
Yeah, Paul Perry wouldn't bring it down here for a city race unless he thought it had a real chance. He's a horse that's fit. It's got some race fitness on its side. I like the jock Glenn Beasley, and you know, drawn barrier 8, that won't be too big a disadvantage, so I think you can put that in your trifectas.
Okay, and another one, longer odds, Sir Craigley. Patrick Payne, speaking of good jockeys.
Yeah, Pat Payne's a beauty. You can only ride at the heavier weights. This has got 56.5. Look, last start, once again in the Heritage Stakes, it did run 6th. It was beaten, you know, not too far away really, but look, I didn't think it was ever was ever going to win that race. So I think it can be fitter, can improve, but not for me.
At the barrier at Cheltenham, the regally bred Stella Regalo is at huge odds out of Stella Cadente.
Yeah, it did improve at its second start, but you know, it was only a battling third in a Canterbury race, and that was a you know, a 3-year-old Colts and Geldings race, a maiden really. So look, it needs to lift enormously.
Now, Chuckle's an interesting runner, a good run first up and a very firm on-course favourite.
A beauty first up, Chuckle. It is the first time I think Chuckle's raced at Randwick. That might be good and that might be bad. We'll wait and see, but Chuckle is trained here, so I'm tipping that to be an advantage. And I really thought that Chuckle zipped home well in the Heritage Stakes. Better form than those others. Gets him with 54 kilos. That'll do me.
Okay, in a moment we'll be able to show you number 11, Chickens, the other key one in the market. Let's go to John Tapp now with Robert Thompson.
Property? Yeah. I don't think it's anything special.
Yeah.
It's big. They've never bred good horses.
No. Okay, unfortunately we don't have Robert at this stage. There's the 9 on screen, Fatoon, which is at longer odds, and the 10 also at longer odds. We might skip down to the 11, Richard, because that's the key one. Put together that great sequence of wins and then was beaten in the Size Produce.
Yes, only beaten in the Size Produce, which is a pretty good race. Don't worry, the Size Produce Stakes up there in Queensland at Eagle Farm. Did finish well back, but was fancied on the day. Has ability, once again. We just have to figure out if this one's fit enough. Probably is. They wouldn't send them out unless they had plenty of work under their belt. It's drawn a good gate in barrier 3. Brian York's a good rider on a horse that likes to sit up on the pace. I'll just stick with Chuckle, I think. Chuckle's got the form on the board.
You're very keen there, aren't you? Punters on track are very keen as well. The tote odds slightly less than what they're taking on course, but it has been a well-tried elect. Planchet, clear-cut second elect. Chickens has eased noticeably from its opening quote. And there it is on screen, Chickens, which I can tell you is much shorter on the tote than what you're taking on course here. Moving in well, Cheltenham, first race, they go up and over the jumps. Ratings here were keen on the 2, and its name is Classic Coup, and it's firming in now late in betting to challenge.
They're off and running. And Magic Bird and Tycoon Ruler only ambled out of the gates and frightening one of the first out, with Kuzi pushing straight through to lead it out. When they settle down, and it's Kuzi going through with Able Choice hunting forward. Back in the middle is Frightening, third, a length and a half. Further back was Hydrometer, followed by Chow Pai. Lord Volksrad just drifting back and charging forward on the outside, 3 wide Magic Bird. Further back then came our Webster and 2 or 3 Tycoon Ruler. They've gone to the 1,000. The leader Kuzi backing off the speed, about a length and a half. Able Choice. Hydrometer third, and Frightening's gone up 4th, but out 3 deep. Chow Pai the middle. Magic Bird is having a tough run deep. Around the outside of Lord Volksrad, our Webster the fence, and 2.5 last of all Tycoon Ruler. The leader is Kuzi coming up inside the 800 metre mark. About a length in front of Able Choice. Hydrometer the fence. Frightening up 3 deep around Chow Pai. Over on the fence is our Webster. Further back Magic Bird deep around Lord Volksrad. And Tycoon Ruler is the last as they turn in. On the outside, Kuzi has drifted off the fence. Getting up on the inside, Hydrometer. 2 lengths Able Choice, Frightening. Frightening. Lord Volksrad racing erratically off the heels of Frightening as they come to the 300-metre mark, and Magic Bird has been pulled up out of the race. Something's amiss. Hydrometer got up on the inside, hit the front. Lord Volksrad starting to stretch out down the outside, coming late. It's Hydrometer in front. Lord Volksrad trying to get to it. Hydrometer's got a break though. Lord Volksrad won't go straight, and Hydrometer 3/4 to Lord Volksrad. A length and a half. Tycoon Ruler third, then Chow Pai, Koozie and Frightening Able Choice. Then further back in the race, our Webster tailed off his Magic Bird, and the rider started to ease it down at about the 200-metre mark.
2 Hydrometer, Damien Oliver, 5.20 and 1.80. 10 Lord Volksrad, 1.30 for third, 4 Tycoon Ruler, 2.80.
Number 2 Hydrometer, ridden by Damien Oliver. $2.10.4. Okay, numbers here, 2, 10 and 4. Not much doubt it should have won there at Sandown last Sunday. Didn't want to go straight and laid out very badly in the race run by Sailor Reeve. Had the apprentice on last start. Senior rider D. Oliver went on today. And when Koozie was laying off the fence when they turned in, Damien went right up on the inside on Hydrometer, hit the front. Lord Volksrad beat himself probably. He wanted to get onto the heels of Frightening and wouldn't go straight. And even when he was starting his charge, giving the leader about 4 lengths down at the clock tower, down inside the 200, probably giving him 3 to 4, he still seems to want to lay in a little and not go truly to the line. He's been beaten just on a length, probably close to a length.
And they're about to move in the Gold Coast, race 1, moving the favourite, 260 a win, 230 a place over Mr. Benson, 490, 350, and U-Turners, 350, 170. On the second at Flemington, 2, 10 and 4 with 5 fourth. Hydrometer, Damien Oliver, 5.20, 180. 10 Lord Volksrad, 130. 4 Tycoon Ruler, 280. The Quinella is 670. Exacta 1730. Trifecta 97.20. And the first 4, 2, 10, 4 and 5. $723.10.
Third Flemington, 1 Mr. Pruden, 7 and...
Of course, Richard, it looks like a real 3-horse race. Chuckle's the very firm elect, the one you're keen on. Planchet has been solidly tried. It will come in further on the toe to marry up with what they're betting here. And Chickens is one which is being tried late after being easy early.
Yeah.
Second of the day, the Gucci Eyewear Brian Crowley Stakes. Raced over 1,200. Line good. And they're off this time. Force Zulu jumped out quickly, and so did Fatoon, Sir Craigley, and Son of Pegasus showing speed. Chuckle, nice and handy. Then a stablemate Chickens, followed by Planchet, Air of Grace. Warrior Trader, Stella Regale, and Al Megdam drops out to last. Fatoon to the lead. And as they race along past the 900, Fatoon opens up a length and a half, Son of Pegasus. Sir Craigley wide third, followed closely by Force Zulu, and a length the Chickens, 1.5 Chuckle. Planchet at a quarter's the outside, 2 Air of Grace around Warrior Trader. A couple of lengths to Al Megdam and nearly a length to Stella Regale. This is the pattern, 600 to go. Fatoon from Son of Pegasus, wide Sir Craigley. In the centre, Chickens, the fence, Force Zulu, and then Planchet keeping Chuckle snookered. 2 lengths further back is Air of Grace, Warrior Trader, Al Megdam and Stella Regale. They are homeward bound now. Fatoon leads narrowly. Sir Craigley running a big race. Planchet is called upon. Chickens sticking on, and he can't get clear on Chuckle. They race down past the distance, and Planchet goes to the lead. Now Chuckle is almost into the clear, but Planchet's pinched a break. Now Chuckle getting clear. The bird has flown. Planchet holds Chuckle, and Planchet a great return to beat Chuckle. Air of Grace looks to have got third. Son of Pegasus and Al Megdam not far away. Chickens, Craigley, and then came Force Zulu, and the last trio in was Stella Regale, Warrior Trader, and Fatoon. Number 1, Planchet, has been able to score. Oh, do you think Chris was in awful trouble trying to get Chuckle into the clear? And Corey was off and running on Planchet while Chris was breaking out in Boyles trying to get clear on Chuckle. But the bird had flown when the filly got clear, and yet another second to Chuckle. But Planchet, hasn't he returned in fine fettle? What a professional racehorse with a capital P. 360 and 150, the son of Canny Lad and Penny. And, of course, the first 2 today to Johnny Hawks. Darren rode the first winner, Corey the second winner. And, of course, naturally, both winners owned by the Woodland Stud. No numbers up at the moment. 1 Planchet will be first. Chuckle will be second. Number 8 by Dane Hill from Clowning. Gay Waterhouse, Chris Muntz, and Air of Grace looks to have just got third. In fact, there it goes now. Number 10 is third officially. The Port Macquarie filly, Air of Grace by Vittori from All Done, trained by Barry Lockwood, written by Darren Beedman.
Okay, Ian, it was a master bit of riding, a brinkmanship of tactics almost in that race, wasn't it, Richard, with Corey Brown?
Yes, he's a very good tactician, Corey Brown. He just got up outside Chuckle. He knew it was the hardest one to beat, and he never gave Chuckle even a sniff that it was going to get out until it was all too late. When Chuckle finally did get out, Bird had flown. Planchet, fit enough as well. First up, that's a great win. That horse might go on and do something this preparation, Planchet. But Chuckle, 6 seconds. I mean, God, she's unlucky.
It's been a heartbreak horse for her owner, Rob Ferguson.
What did I tell you about chickens?
Poked along well?
Overrated.
Overrated. Let's take you to Doomben now. Late mail time. He's no chicken. Larry Olsen.
Don't believe it. Thanks, Brendan. Yeah, numbers will stay where we were this morning, 4, 2, 8 and 5. The 4, of course, I've got on top is Archidamia. His last start here behind Tyalgum Pop was a sign of what he has shown here before. Looks very, very well in the enclosure. I expect him to be hard to beat. He's on top. From the 2 Midnight Deal, this horse is in great shape after he won the Lismore Cup the other day. In fact, the writing was on the wall the previous start before that. So he is in form. He's got Yoshida's Claim. He'll get a good run and come home well. He's in for second. I'm putting in 8 Gentleman Caller. This is a